Why are kids, like, so horrible? That's what I need to know. They're like the worst, right? They're the worst.
They are the worst.
They're so bad.
Wait, your kids or other people's kids?
I think, well, not my kids and not your kids, certainly, but the rest of them.
The rest of the world's kids?
Oh, man. I was directing a week of camp. And this week of camp, man...
You're the director?
I'm the director, yeah.
I got out of directing years ago for that very reason. Continue on, brother.
I feel like I'm going to get sued. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to...
What did you do?
Get out of this unscathed. I don't touch anybody.
Oh, I wasn't thinking that, but what did you say?
I don't choke any kids, I don't throw them, I don't do any of that. I don't touch them.
I'm really glad you're not touching the kids.
And I deliberately tell those children not to touch me. They've got diseases, They will get you sick. A kid will get you sick every time.
Oh, agree.
Yeah. So, I did a week of camp. I do junior camp, which is elementary age kids, 3rd through 5th grade.
Okay.
49 kids this year.
That's good.
Yeah. Not bad for a little camp. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, first night, I was thinking, man, this seems like a pretty good group. It seems like these guys got it together. The second night, I was thinking, I don't know about all this, man. I don't know. The third night, I was like, why, Lord? Why? Have you placed me in? You're testing me, aren't you, God? I mean, this is a test of my faith. The fourth night, I had shifted into straight up lament. I mean, I'm like weeping over the children.
You're crying?
Yes, I'm weeping over the children, saying, I have tried to show you the way, but you have resisted. I don't understand. And then the last night, my weeping turns into rejoicing because it's finally going to be over.
I was going to say you rejoice because it's over. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there you are, folks. Welcome to the show. That's right. It's your two favorite facially blessed individuals, and we are aiming to misbehave. We are back. Welcome to the show. Great to have you here. It's the Two Bearded Preachers. That's right. The Goats of Podcasts.
There's a reason the times I tried youth ministry didn't pan out.
Yeah.
And that reason is I am not the youth guy. I can't. And the children, the 3rd through 5th grade, those are the ones I get along with the best.
Yeah.
That's the group that I can actually hang with and fool around with and play with. But they were just trying me on this one, man. You have a bunch of bad kids? No, we had probably a group of 4 boys that were relatively disrespectful. And because they were relatively disrespectful, that degraded into something reminiscent of Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Total anarchy, then.
Yes, very close. It was. Pretty bad.
How were they partially disrespectful? Was that what you said? Partially.
They began as being partially disrespectful, but then they became increasingly feral as time went on.
Well, you didn't put them into their place.
This was almost a Lord of the Flies type of scenario, Justin. I was just waiting for somebody to push a giant rock on someone,
kill a kid,
and kill
another kid's gonna kill a kid.
I was and start to eat them or something.
I was gonna say, didn't they eat them in Lord of the Flies?
No, they ate a pig, but they also called a kid pig. So there might be something subtle underneath the surface there, but. Because I didn't come down super hard right in the beginning, it was a trying week for us. That's something that I'm going to do different next time. Mm-hmm. Next time, I'm going to come down super hard right at the get-go and let them all know very quickly who's in charge. On the last full day, it goes from Sunday afternoon until Friday morning. So the last full day on Thursday, during nap time, which I tried to get rid of nap time but all the counselors and adults were like, no, they need nap time. When really what they were saying is that they themselves need nap time.
Yeah,
they need a break.
I get that.
Yeah, I get that. But those kids, especially those boys, do not need nap time. What they need is somebody to
make them run laps.
Right. And what I did when they lost their minds on Thursday during the nap time, one of the counselors came up to me and said, Martin, these kids are just out of control. I need your help. I just went in there and I had everybody come out and I front back go'd those guys for a while. And then I had the other counselors come up and front back go them. You know front back go? You say front, you get down on your belly.
Oh, yeah.
And then back, you roll over to your back. Then go, you run in place. So you're just front, back, go, back, front, go, back, go, back, go, front, go. Just back and forth. So they're all dirty and tired and exhausted. And some of those kids loved it. And I was like, you love this. But all the kids, you have to do it to all the kids. Because you don't know which ones are causing trouble. So
you did this to the whole camp?
I did it to all the boys.
All the boys? Or not just as one group of boys?
Not just one group of boys, all the boys. Because I was done. So my son, Dave, and my little nephew, Mason, who I know for a fact, they were not causing any trouble. I know several of the kids were not causing any trouble. They were out there front back going with the rest of them. I was like, you're all going to suffer now, boy. All of y'all. All of you. Yeah, that's just the army part of me coming out, though.
Yeah, you went drill sergeant on them.
Well, I didn't say some things that I would like to have said to them.
You went kitty drill sergeant is what you did.
Yeah, I did. I kept it very PC. It was not at all offensive, except for punishing kids that really had done nothing wrong. That were just, they were in that environment, and sometimes you suffer. I don't know what to tell you.
Martin, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
You might get sued. I don't know. You might get sued for that. I think I know what you're talking about. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's a good chance you're getting sued.
That ain't even the worst part. I found out that the last night after I'd gone to sleep, some of my helper people. Now this is unofficial, but I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from someone that they were messing around. That kind of thing.
Like what kind of the counselors were messing around?
Like the helper guys, like at Lake Aurora, like the Omegas.
The kids that work there,
the kids that help. Yeah.
So what were they doing?
The kind of things that high schoolers do, man.
Oh,
what high schoolers
they're fooling around, diddling around.
I don't know. I was asleep. I didn't see nothing, and that's my official stance.
They were probably diddling around because that's what teenagers like that do.
That might have happened. I'm hearing this. I'm starting to hear this stuff now, which means there'll probably be conversations in the future. There's who knows where it'll go. But I don't have any concrete information. I was asleep. I didn't see anything. I was not the adult in charge of them during that activity, so I don't even know what to say about all that.
Plausible deniability. That's what that sounds like to me. And honestly, it's a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great thing, man.
But it ain't gonna help because I still am responsible for everything that goes down to that place, whether I'm asleep or awake or whatever.
Yeah.
But high schoolers, man, they're gonna do that kind of stuff. I don't know how to stop them. Saltpeter in the water or something like that. I don't know.
What?
You never heard
salt in their Peter? What?
No, saltpeter in the water. You never heard of that before?
No. You put salt in their Peters? What kind of church did you grow up in?
It was another army thing.
I didn't go there either.
They used to say that in basic training, they put something called saltpeter in the water. I don't know what this is, but it was supposed to slow down the male libido. I don't know if that's true or not, and I don't know. Like I don't think that anything like that was necessarily terribly effective. At least for me, but, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
well, you're very manly. That's what it is.
Oh, yes, yes. I'm all man. He-man, woman.
As am I.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can stop our libidos.
I don't even... Right. Except, sleepiness. That works. Maybe a very rich dessert. That's heavy in the dairy.
Too much steak at dinner.
Yeah, right. Any of these things could just put me to sleep. But it's not necessarily a libido killer. It's just that my body's gone to sleep. That's all.
Yeah, you feel bloated and overweight, and it's rough. Yeah, I get you. So, okay, well, I was gonna say something. I totally forgot after you said something.
Do you still go to camp?
I don't go to camp anymore.
You gave up?
I gave it up. I mean, I used to be the dean. You came as one of my counselors a couple times,
and it didn't go very well.
Because
I don't do well with them.
Didn't do. Hey,
those were high schoolers, though, weren't they?
Oh yeah, I had the high school
that's
for
the
5
wrong
years.
Group for me.
I was a dean for 5 years.
I'm sorry.
And when I became the preacher, I said, "I ain't doing this no more. Like I'm done, brother."
That seems fair.
It does seem fair. I mean, I did it. Like I said, I did it for 5 years. This is a long time. Mm-hmm. My first year, this is the best. This is how dumb teenagers are. Mm-hmm. My first year, I get there and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm totally oblivious. But every camp, like any area like that, they have rules. Yeah, that you gotta abide by.
Just go there and follow the
kids.
rules.
Yeah, the kids gotta abide by these rules and everything.
Easy.
And like the first night, I don't know if you were there this year, the first year that I did it, but like the first night, this kid gets caught smoking weed.
Okay.
A camper.
All right.
And the rule is, when you bring drugs on camp,
call the cops.
Yeah, you're done. You're sent home. You don't necessarily have to call the cops, but they're sent home. They're kicked out of camp.
Yeah, I kicked one kid out.
Good job.
Thanks.
And
it made me feel good.
Is this your first time?
That's my first time I ever kicked somebody out. Yeah,
and and like I guess they make you say, or like they make you read all the rules before you go and stuff like that to camp. Like it's no drugs, no alcohol. If you're caught with any of this stuff, you can't be kicked out and everything. Yeah. And I guess this kid had like weed or something like that, and he got caught smoking it. And I'm like, they bring him, like I'm standing there, and they're like, hey, what do you want to do, Justin? This is like the head of the camp. They're like what do you want to do, Justin? I'm like, I don't know. I guess we should kick him out, huh? He's like, well, yeah, that's what the rules say. Is you think we should kick him out? I'm like, probably should kick him out. Yeah, let's kick him out. And then I said, hey, bud, listen, you broke the rules. We're going to have to call your parents, come pick you up. And he's like, dude, like, what's up, man? Why are you doing this? Bro, like, seriously, what about mercy? What about grace? What about the Lord forgives? What about all that? And you're just going to kick me out? What kind of a Christian are you? And I was like, yeah, you got some points there about the grace and the mercy thing. But have you ever heard of consequences? Novel idea.
Yeah.
And I could have gone into deeper. I probably had I been more like wise like I am now.
Right.
Had I had more wisdom than I used to have, I'd have been saying like hey, listen. The Israelites were exiled to Babylon for a long time because of stupid stuff they did. And, they didn't go. Then they couldn't yell at God, but hey, God, what about grace? What about mercy? What kind of a God are you? No, there's consequences to your actions. And I said, there's a thing called consequences to your actions, and you broke these rules. And guess what? Good news is God does forgive you.
There you go.
But we're gonna kick you out.
You can forgive him too.
Yeah.
It's like, look, I don't bear you any ill will.
Yeah.
You just can't be here anymore. I just
no longer
trust you.
Yeah. I basically said that. I go, listen, good news is this, God still forgives you. Right. Bad news is you can't be here right now. So get out of here.
That's
my first
kick rocks.
First night, dude.
First night. That's awesome.
Second year,
smoking that reefer.
Yeah, second year, I had counselors smoking that reefer.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't find out till after camp though,
Oh.
because those older adults are better at covering up their sin. They got more experience in it.
Well, they just stay up a little bit later. That's what covering up sin means, right? You just stay up a little bit later.
Stay up later,
and then smoke the reefer.
And you wait. Yeah, you wait till everybody else is asleep. Then you smoke your weed, and then you get rid of the evidence.
Yeah. See, I can't do all that because I don't want to stay up late, especially at camp. That's when I realized I was old. When I'm like, hey, lights out is at 10 o'clock. And that, for me, lights out means you turn off the lights and everybody's quiet. And you don't have to go to sleep, but you can't stop me from sleeping. Don't make noise so that I can't sleep.
Yeah, I get that.
But we got kind of fuzzy with that. But yeah, I don't want to stay up late so I can smoke reefer at camp.
No.
I've got no interest in that. I smoke my reefer at home like a normal person.
Yeah, at home during normal hours too.
Like in my office during the weekday.
Yeah.
As I'm working.
Yeah, that's the best time to smoke your weed.
On my way to a hospital visit.
Yeah,
that's pretty good too.
You want to be relaxed when you're doing hospital visits.
Nobody
right?
wants you all tense up in there, making things worse.
No, yeah. I agree with you.
Nice and mellow.
Yeah.
Just as a disclaimer, all of that, those were jokes.
We don't
neither
smoke
Justin
weed.
nor I smoke the reefer.
We don't do that at all.
Here's what's amazing.
In case you really thought we were serious.
Which they might have. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if you'll believe this or not, Justin, but I have never smoked weed, and I don't think that I could identify it by the smell.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what the smell is. I know that everybody else knows what marijuana smells like, but I'm just not... I don't know what it is. I think that if I've smelled something that was very pungent, that was different from most of the things that I've smelled, that I would probably just guess that that's what it was. But I was just never in that environment.
Yeah, I've never smoked weed before either. I swear.
I don't know.
Never, Martin. I swear.
Not even in your Anglican days. Not even back then. No, not as an Anglican. No.
What are we talking about?
Anyway, what I'm saying is, I can't stay up late to engage in rule breaking at camp because I'd rather go to sleep. Whatever the substance is that makes you feel good, I'm interested in the activity of sleeping. That makes me feel good.
You know why I stay up, Martin?
I
don't stay up to smoke weed.
To play video games.
I stay up to play video games, which I don't get in trouble doing that at all.
No. Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's or catching up on The Flash.
There you go.
Up on The Flash. That's a good show for you folks. You should watch that. Whoa! The Flash is really stupid, just so you know.
The show or the character himself?
The character. He's an idiot. He's a total idiot. But I still like it. Honestly, every episode I watch, I go, how's the Flash going to screw up this episode? And every episode so far, he is, he tops himself every single time.
Can't he go so fast that he can go back in time? Isn't there something like that going on with the Flash?
Yes.
So he can fix it.
Well, you would think, but that's the problem. When you fix the past, you change the future.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just messes everything up. And even though if you go back and try to change the change that you changed, doesn't mean the future is going to be exactly the same that you had.
Kind of like the alternate 1985 and Back to the Future 2.
Yeah, exactly. You go back, you change one thing, and it messes up the future. Then you go back and you change that one thing back, but something's still different. It might be similar, but then there's subtle differences. Like somebody that had a daughter now has a son. You're like, wait, what happened to my daughter? Sorry, dude, I had to go change something in the past. So I changed it back, but now you have a son and you don't have a daughter.
Or Marty McFly goes from having no car to having that sweet truck at the end of Back to the Future 3.
That's not a bad. Yeah, is it?
That's not bad.
I thought that was the end of the first one. That was the end of Back to the Future 1.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't know what happened in Back to the Future 3, but I can't
The train comes back.
Yeah.
The time train. Okay.
Yeah.
But he gets the sweet truck.
In the first movie, he gets the sweet truck.
Right.
It was a sweet truck, mind you, which I would love. I would love that truck.
I think it's Back to the Future 3.
Pretty sure it's Back to the Future 1.
Well, we can go hop in our DeLorean, travel back in time to when we watched both Back to the Future 1 and 3, and figure out which it is.
What happened in 2?
He goes into the future, and...
Is that when he makes out with his mom?
That's the first one.
So gross. Oh my gosh.
It's cool, because he didn't know it at the time.
No, he knew it was his mom.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He knew it was his mom, and she kissed him. And he was all, like, freaked out. He was like, ooh, blah, blah.
That's the first one, because he's Calvin Klein in the first one.
Yeah, because that's a normal reaction.
And then he's Clint Eastwood in the third one.
Is he Clint Eastwood? Yeah, you're right. That's a great cowboy name. Because it was the Cowboys in the... Yeah. The second one, can we just agree that the second one sucked?
The second one... The second one only gets you from the end of the first one to the beginning of the third one. That's what the second one does. That's a good sort of just gets you there.
Yeah.
Because we want to be cowboys, but we don't want to... We have to go into the future, too.
The second one was the hoverboard.
Hoverboard, right. Which is an important part.
It is an important
plot
part.
point.
Yeah, of the whole series. The whole...
3D Jaws 5. Good stuff.
Was it?
That's the... No. It's the... He's running around in...
I remember that
in the future, in 2015, and the big Jaws comes up, and he thinks that it's real, but it's just this bad 3D. And now, that's 2 years ago, and we don't have hoverboards, and our 3D movies kind of make us sick a little bit.
We actually think we do have hoverboards, dude.
Do we have hoverboards?
I'm pretty sure we have them. There's a prototype. There is a prototype to the hoverboard. Came out last year.
I've seen a hoverboard that was made, but it will only hover over copper.
Really?
Yeah.
But they made Streets of Copper.
Right.
Streets of Copper. Hey, you remember that? You remember, like, all the Jaws movies? Since you bring up Jaws 5. How many Jawses were there?
4.
Okay. It was the fourth one. You remember the fourth one?
That's the one where they're in the
theme park.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah, that's the theme park one, right?
Yeah, where they're on, like, that, like... I guess I thought it was a lake, but maybe it's like, I don't know what it is. But anyways, you remember like that last scene where they had the underwater glass and Jaws is like swimming towards the glass. He's going to ram the glass and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I saw that when I was a kid, I was like, what? Oh my gosh, this shark is going to swim right into him. Oh my gosh. I was freaking out so bad. I was like, this is insane. This shark is going to ram him. And like that whole scene. I remember that whole scene when I was a kid. Freaked me out. I was like, what? What? No. And then I saw it as an adult and I was like, man, that shark looks so fake. What a bunch of crap. Where did they get this fake shark from? This stupid shark.
You want to know what's still scary, though?
What?
Is Cujo when he's banging on the windshield of the car.
Ooh.
Yeah, Cujo is still scary.
Oh, really? He is?
Yeah.
I might have to watch that.
You should. Be like, what is wrong with this dog? What is he doing?
Not gonna...
Seriously, is he sick?
Start treating my dog better after I do that?
Yeah. You'll be like, Killer, I appreciate you, even though you wake me up in the middle of the night and you hog the bed.
Welcome to intermission. Yeah, intermission.
I don't know about you, but during the summer, I sleep later during the summer because Faye's home and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And she leaves the dog in the bed with me.
Mm-hmm.
And he just farts the entire time.
Okay. That's a good time.
No, it's not at all. Like, he wakes me up with farting. I'm laying there and I hear, and I'm like, what is that? And I look over and it's the dog laying there. And, like, you think once he's one and done, this dog, the entire morning, he's so relaxed he can't stop farting.
Hey, at least you know your dog's relaxed. That's good.
Yeah, man, I wish he wouldn't be so relaxed, but that's a whole other thing.
Do you know who I took with me to camp?
Who?
I took my little fluffy dog.
Oh, yeah?
To camp with me the whole time.
Oh, yeah?
And she did really well. The kids loved her, and she got picked up a lot and played with a lot.
What kind of dog is that again? Yorkie?
Yeah, like a Yorkie mixed with either a Shih Tzu or a Lhasa Apso or some fluffy dog like that.
Oh, okay.
She's pretty cute though. She behaved herself really well.
You didn't even have to put her on a leash, did you?
Oh no, I didn't put her on a leash the whole time. I did have to during meal times. She would always run into the lunchroom, and that's not really what you want. That's not what I want. I don't want the dog in there. I can't handle it.
Yeah.
So I would lock her in a room during meal times, but the rest of the time I let her run around.
Yeah.
Like wherever she wanted to go, hoping that she would just run away, but she didn't. Never did.
You trying to get rid of that dog?
Yeah. You want a dog?
I'll take that dog.
You'll take the dog?
I'll take that dog.
I'm headed to Florida this week. I will bring her down.
You bring that dog. You bring that doggy down. We'll take her.
She's going to be your new friend.
I will. I can't do that with Ricky. I can't take Ricky on places without leashes. I've got to basically treat Ricky Bobby like Hannibal Lecter. Like, I gotta put that mask. I have to put a mask. And
you push him around on a dolly.
Yeah, I gotta push him around on a dolly. I can't. It's not that he bites people, but he just freaks out, runs around, and he's like, oh. It's not that he's licking either, but he just goes nuts. He might spritz you. He might pee all over you. Just
this dog could do that too.
Well, yeah, but that's because it's a different thing. I think Ricky does it on purpose.
Oh, Ricky just does it to embarrass you. This dog wouldn't run away from you because I could let her run around at camp because it's fenced in. She isn't really going anywhere. You know what I mean?
That dog can get picked up by an eagle or something.
Well, yeah, that could happen.
Could, yeah.
And if it did, I would just want to be able to record it and watch it happen because it would be amazing.
Yeah.
It's like the circle of life. It's like, I don't even feel bad, bro. Eat your fill, Mr. Eagle. Tear it up. Enjoy it.
Well, it's a free dog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free dogs. Free dogs, I don't care if they get eaten.
Free dogs, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It was fun, though. I shouldn't say, I don't want you to think that I'm down on camp. If they asked me to do it again right now, I would tell them all to drop dead.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But in a week or two, I'll be like, oh, sure, sign me up.
Just so you know,
yeah,
the camps know that.
Yeah, so they're not going to ask me.
They're going to wait maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
Before they ask you again. And because at that point, you're like, it wasn't that bad.
Right.
And then that first day you get there, and
it all comes rushing back.
It comes rushing back, and you're like, these friggin' turds. I hate these kids so much. I mean, you get to that moment where you just want to choke them all out and everything. And,
all of a sudden, I find myself back in the Thunderdome.
That's right.
For no reason.
You want to help me make it less of a... Because you can do this with high schoolers. You can do this. With your kids, you can't.
Yeah.
Well, high schoolers, you can do it. You know what I used to do? I just let's make fun of them.
Yeah.
I used to read their mail that they used to get.
Nice.
If they got an email, I'd read their mail in front of everybody. They get
nice.
An email from their boyfriend or girlfriend. Hey, baby, miss you so much. Oh, my gosh, I can't wait to see you. And I would read it just like that.
Awesome.
And then they would be like, this is so embarrassing. I can't believe you did that. Well, tell your boyfriend not to send stupid crap. Get out of here.
Here's your letter. Go away.
Yeah, get the crap out of here. So, I didn't open their regular mail. I didn't open all their mail.
Just the ones with lipstick prints on it, that sort of thing.
Just the emails. But all the other, I'm like, yeah. You know what I wanted? You know what I wanted to say? There was one year, like, this one girl got so mad at me. And she's just like, I can't believe you did that. Yo, blah, blah, blah. I can't believe you read my boyfriend's email to me and, of him professing his love for me. And I wanted to say, well, if he really loved you, he would have sent you a letter and not an email. Email's kind of impersonal, dude. So,
that man don't love you.
He don't love you. So, he don't love you because he's just doing what's convenient. That's what I want to say. He don't love you. He's just doing what's easy.
Looking at him, he don't love you.
Yeah, he's just in it for the what?
What happens with high schoolers? Shenanigans.
No, man. My suggestion to you about camp, is don't ever do it again. Just
don't ever do it again.
Take your experience, walk out the door, like drop the mic and walk out the door, dude. But that's just
You know what? I don't need this. I'm not the guy. If you need somebody to come down here and do a theological lesson, perhaps something about the philosophical ideas of the Hebrews in the days prior to Jesus in the intertestamental period, you know what? I'm your guy. I'm the guy for that.
Yeah.
I'm not the guy for, well, definitely not the teenagers because I can't even talk to them. I can talk to a male teenager, but a female teenager, no. I just make them cry and don't understand why they're crying. That's what happens. They don't. It doesn't translate. Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't understand a lot of teenage girls at all. Like in hindsight, I think to myself, "Gosh, how did I last this long as a youth minister?
How did I survive? Why did they not fire me?
Yeah. Why was I don't know. Because like nowadays, I would think to myself, I would definitely be more, I would say harder stuff now.
Yeah.
I would definitely say harder things now than I would when I was younger. I mean, part of me sits back and goes, I had a lot more patience back then. I don't know if I had more patience or if I wasn't as bold as I am now. I think I'm a lot more patient now, but I'm also a lot bolder now, and I just pretty much say the first thing that comes to my mind. And I've gotten to the point where it's not necessarily horrible what I'm saying, but it's not always the nicest thing, It might be a little mean, but I'm okay with that.
Is that because death looms on the horizon for you?
Pretty much.
You're recognizing your own mortality. It's like, I don't have much time left. I need to get out this wisdom now. I need to share it as quickly as possible. It's running the timer. It's 3 till midnight. It's 3 minutes to midnight. We aren't getting any younger. We need to go ahead and knock all this out.
Yeah, I do feel that way. I feel like, I'm climbing to the top of the hill. Yeah. I'm on that arduous journey to the top of the hill, and then I'm almost at the peak, and I'm going to start rolling down the other side. Like, once I hit that peak, I'm going to start rolling down the other side. So I got to get all this wisdom and knowledge out now. And wisdom and knowledge sometimes isn't always accepted very well. You just gotta get it out.
Yeah,
it's like,
give it to them. They need it. Give it to them.
I know this is gonna piss you off, but
here you go.
Don't be stupid.
This is what you've been doing, and it seems really dumb.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need you to try something different and
like
something less stupid, if you could.
Don't do the stupid stuff that you've been doing.
Right.
Do the opposite of the stupid stuff, and let's see how that works for you.
Think about what your plan is. Ask yourself, would an idiot do this? And if the answer is yes, don't do it.
Yeah. Like just sit there and think to yourself, do criminals do things like this? And if the answer is yes, I know a couple criminals that have done this. Don't do it.
Yeah. Will this get me arrested? Will this cause my wife to leave me? Will this make my kids disown me?
Yeah. Am I going to break my neck doing this?
Right. Yes.
That's a big one. Do I want to be a quadriplegic? I mean, there's some great quadriplegics out there, but they don't want to be that.
I've been
the use of my legs and arms.
I've been watching that TV show Alone. It started again, where they have the guys just go out to the woods and they got to record themselves and survive by themselves or whatever.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
It's a cool show. And this time they have teams. So you have the guy, you have somebody who's like really into it, and they're bringing along a family member who also has some like survival skills or whatever. And one of them gets a base camp, and the other one's got to trek like 10 miles to get to him. And on the very first day, this kid rolls his ankle and has to be out of the game. It's one of these games where if you stay the longest on the island without quitting, then you get $500,000. You get $500,000.
Is it like a season of it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's only like 10 episodes, but
so 10 competitors.
It's 7 teams, so it's 14 competitors, but they're on 7 teams.
So wait, the show's called Alone.
Don't even get me started, man.
But they're not alone.
The first couple of seasons, they were alone. It was like one guy out there.
I like that. That's cool. That would be awesome.
First 3 seasons, excellent show. The last season, these guys are like starving to death. Literally. They pull people out of the game who won't quit because they're starving. And they're getting to the point where they're gonna have irreversible damage done to their systems when they go and they do their weekly medical checks or whatever. Like their weight loss is too fast or something like that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, this time they're adding in this family element, so they have teams, but none of their teams are linked up just yet because they have to go 10 miles through the bush to get to them. Anyway, already people are dropping like flies, and you want to know why they're dropping like flies? It's because they're just falling over. They're twisting their ankle, and it's knocking them out of the game. And we don't even think about it. But if you got to ask yourself the question, if I fell off this roof, what is going to happen to me? Mm-hmm. And when we were younger, when we were in our 20s, we wouldn't have any trouble getting up on the roof, would we? It's time to get on the roof? Okay, hop up on the roof. That's no problem. You got to get up there sometimes.
You know how I used to get off the roof?
Jump off.
Jump off that roof.
That is the quickest way down.
It is.
Would you jump off the roof now?
No.
Right.
You know why?
Because you could die.
I could die. Like, I will, like, first of all, if I went feet first.
Right.
Broken legs, broken ankles, easy. Bottom line. All right. If I went side first, I'm so fat that we're talking, I'm dead. Like, my ribs are gonna break up into, and then you're gonna, like, shred my heart and lungs. I'm dead. Mm-hmm. I'm not surviving something like that, you know? If I land on my head, I'm destroyed, you know? Like, I sit and think about that kind of stuff now. I used to have buddies that would do flips, front flips, back flips, off roofs into pools.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, that's the thing. Like, you just gotta ask yourself, hey, could I die doing this? If the answer is yes, don't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you're in your 20s, you don't think that way.
Am I going to get 7 to 10 for this? Yeah.
You're not thinking that.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Am I going to get someone pregnant that I shouldn't get pregnant? Like, I don't really even like by doing this? Yeah.
Do I really want to have this person in my life the rest of my life?
No.
It's like, no. Am I going to get her pregnant? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you really want to pay child support already? No. Then don't do it. Do you even know what child support is? No. Then don't do it.
Do you even have a job to pay child support?
Do you have a job to pay for child support? No. Then don't do it.
It's all so simple to us now, Justin, but back in the day, we were not that smart. And we were jumping off the roof and doing flips and stuff. Yeah. As we went off the roof and all those sorts of things.
Yeah, but we weren't as dumb as some of these kids.
Yeah, but we knew kids who were just as dumb.
Oh, no, that's true. Yeah.
So it isn't like a generational, oh man, these daggone millennials are all just stupid jumping off the roof. Nah, we had our guys in Gen X as well.
Yeah,
jumping off the roof and doing all that stupid stuff.
Yeah.
When we were just standing back laughing at them as they did it, it's like, oh, man, really?
Dude, that was awesome.
That? Go ahead.
Do it
That
again.
was sweet.
Do it again.
I mean, there was the whole TV show Jackass. I mean, those were our people. So, and that's what they did.
But their shenanigans were cheeky and fun.
Yes, ours were just hurtful and cruel. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I see happening today. It's just hurtful and cruel. Ours are cheeky and fun.
Anywho, did you have a good vacation?
Yeah, man, it was really good. It's hard getting back. I've been so busy coming back. So
it's one of those things where it's more work to go on vacation.
Kind of.
Than to stay.
Well, I came back the week of Father's Day.
Yeah.
And it was just, this is my problem. For Father's Day, we did the same thing we did for Mother's Day, which was the live thing of kids say the craziest things, which, mind you, went much better than the Mother's Day one. Much better.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it went great.
Why did it go better?
I think just because we knew what we were doing, and I think I asked better questions, and the kids were great. The kids did awesome. They're really funny and some real meaningful, that kind of stuff. But I had to preach a shorter sermon, and I realized I suck at preaching short sermons. It's not that the sermon was necessarily bad. But it was the fact that I don't know how to do short sermons anymore. And mind you, short sermons is for me a 20-minute sermon. Oh,
that's my bread and butter, man.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing was, when I wrote it, I thought it was a 15-minute sermon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I go about 25 normally, and I don't know how this sermon turned out 20 minutes long, but that's how much it is. But anyways, I was just like, hey, what do I do here? It's just, I don't know. I struggled with it. So, but hey, it happened. But I was like, it took me longer to write a 15-minute sermon than it took me to write this normal length sermon that I wrote this week. Mm-hmm.
Is that because you're trying the editing process? Did you write the full sermon that you normally do, and then you're like, oh, I gotta cut this out, I gotta cut that out?
No, I didn't write I didn't write the whole thing and then start cutting things out. I don't know. I probably should have, but instead I was just like, I'm just gonna write this stuff, and I was like, this is not going well. I'm like, I didn't know how to get short, and that's the entire time I was thinking short, and it didn't work. So took me 2 days to write that sermon. It drove me nuts. And but now I'm set now though. But this week was a lot easier. I was like, oh yeah, because I was sitting there
back to 40 minutes.
Yeah, back to 25 plus, between 25 and 30 minutes, which is my bread and butter right now. So, but I was like, I was writing, and I was like, oh man, I can put this in here. And I had this other little part. It was maybe another 5 minutes. I was like, dude, I can conclude this. This is going to be great. I was so excited. I was like, dude, it's not even that long.
And it's going to fit. Great.
It's going to fit. This is the best. So, yeah, I had a good time. I swear, for every person that dies in your church, we have another baby.
Did you have a new baby?
Yeah, and then I got another one. We had another baby right before we left.
Yeah.
And then we have another couple pregnant. We have two more. Actually, I have two. Martin, I have two more couples pregnant.
So there's going to be more deaths.
There's going to be more deaths.
Well, let's hope that's...
prepare yourself, okay? Someone else might die.
Well, it always looms on the horizon.
It is.
It's a specter over us all. Death is inevitable.